And without a doubt, this is by far, in my mind, the most interesting part of the whole course. I love this stuff. To me, one of the most, top 5 fundamental questions of all time. Typically, the way I typically label this is I ask, how are the elements of the periodic table made? I mean, most people would get like, yeah, that seems, that's just sort of like a standard question. No, it's not. We're really asking this question here. How are atoms made? And if you were to really ask, I'm really asking this question, where does the stuff that make you and me come from? A lot of people will say, no, it comes from the earth. Well, that's hogwash. The earth does not have the energies to actually produce any atoms. The most that the earth can produce here is it could produce diamonds. That's the most that it could ever do. It doesn't have the energy to create any atoms from the periodic table. That means that the atoms cannot come from Earth. So what we want to do here is that in order to answer this question, I will describe 3 processes that create the entire periodic table. Now note that I'm missing a lot of details. This is way more complicated. And at the end, I'll show you what I mean. But you got to remember, this is way more complicated. If you go and you try to kind of figure this out by Googling it, you're going to see that it gets complicated really, really quickly. So what we'll do here is that we'll start off with what we call the Big Bang. And the word was first as a derogatory thing, but the Big Bang is actually a very old model. The proper name is the inflationary Big Bang model. That's the one that we're going to be looking at. And then 2, we need to talk about how do stars work? And then 3, we need to talk about what are called supernova explosions. The inflationary Big Bang, look at this name, nucleosynthesis. I think I'm spelling this right. Nope, not like that. Okay, the inflationary Big Bang nuclear synthesis. So, there's a lot in this chapter. or just this section right here. There's a lot. And a lot of people may think that what I'm going to say is sort of like folklore. And I'm going to come right back at you and say, no way. It's not folklore. And the reason why it's not folklore here is that we can recreate the conditions of the universe just moments after it was created. So what we find here is that in high energy physics experiments, today the most active one is CERN in Europe, but there was also the Stanford Linear Accelerator. There's also Brookhaven. There's also Fermilab. There's numerous high energy particle accelerators and detectors that can do this. So in high energy physics experiments, collisions between particles tell us how the universe was moments after it was created. Now, I gotta be careful with the word created, because this discussion has nothing to say about religion. All we know here is that we have a universe. It got to be here in some shape or form, and we don't know how it started. And this model does not explain the creation of the universe. What it does here is that these models tell us about the expansion of the universe, not the creation. And you gotta be careful, because there's a lot of physicists that will go like, oh, no, this is exactly how it is. And my response would then be, show me your equations, show me your evidence of what happens at time equal to 0. And the answer is they can't. All of the models cannot predict that. Now, I will say that in the recent past, there was a model that came out of a guy from Stanford named Andre Lindy that came up with the multiverse. And that multiverse, wow, it really is pretty impressive of how you can visualize this thing. But it doesn't tell us how things were created. So you got to remember that. And I know that some people get really upset at this, and that's okay if you understand that this is about the expansion of the universe, not the creation. So without any doubt, the best model is the inflationary model. The inflationary Big Bang. It's a very, very powerful model. And, in a nutshell, right, if I could say in a nutshell what this is, I'd probably say this, that I would say that the model, what it does here, I don't want to say that. What do I want to say? It predicts that the universe starts from nothing. In other words, we don't know, to something. Look how vague that is, right? Look how vague that is. It starts from nothing to something. That's all the details that you get. Then, in an instant, and this I completely agree with, everything that would ever be was created. All at once. All at once. And that is wild. Okay? That is such a deep thought. And I totally think. So here's what we know here. So when I look at this, and again, I should draw pictures just to be certain. So how do we know this? So how can we say this? Well, let's say that you're here on Earth, right? Here's your Earth. And you're standing right here. Right? You're here on Earth. And when you look out into the universe, what you see here is super, super clear. All measurements show that everything is moving away from us. So that means everything in the sky is moving away from us. So that must imply there must have been a starting point, right? Maybe instead of starting point, maybe we could call it a creation point. And so what we're seeing here is that picture-wise, it looks like this. So then the inflationary big model says, hey, we start from nothing, right? So we're looking at something like this, and we have nothing. And what I'm saying here is that physics cannot answer what was here. And then what happens here is, in some shape or form, it looks like some big bang occurred. So then if you go in this direction, so now what we're saying here is that there was something. And then what we really mean here is that at this something, there was an explosion. There was a creation point. And with this creation point, what we're seeing here is that this is what we call the Big Bang. And it makes sense, because if everything is moving away from us, then at some point, they all had to start in some localized region. And so then what you get here is that now you get the expansion.